Hello everybody, welcome back. I am going to let you in on a little bit of a secret. I think I may have found the answer to everything and what is our final hope. We'll get to that in just a second.
With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend this time in your head.
You know, we are always looking for the answer. Is it keto? Is it carnivore? Is it low carb? Is it exercising? Is it a supplement? Is it a greens powder? What could it be? There must be something that is the ultimate answer for everyone. There is. There is actually something that I truly believe is the ultimate answer for absolutely everybody. You know me, I keep saying one size doesn't fit all. Surprisingly, in this instance, it very well could. Lately, I have been doing a lot of soul searching, I guess you could say. And I've never hid the fact that I am a Christian on this channel. And I've never really been super forthcoming with it. I just haven't felt led to do that. But now, I do feel led to do that. And some of you already know this, and others of you may have forgotten this, and yet others of you may not believe this. But I truly believe that our only hope is Jesus. And that applies to our diet as well. It applies to everything that has to do with our lives. Every little detail of our lives can come back to Jesus. Lately, I've been feeling very convicted to share this with you. One thing after another has come up, and it has been difficult to get videos out to you guys consistently. So it is almost 6 o'clock at night right now. I am recording this and it's due to go up tomorrow. So I'm going to keep this pretty brief. But there was a couple of verses that have really struck a chord with me recently, and I wanted to share those with you. John 15:5 says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. I think that's one of the hardest things for us to keep in perspective, is that even our diet won't work unless we are doing it as Christians with the intent to follow God's will for our lives. Sometimes we separate the two. We do not see how there's a connection between God's will and our diet. And for some people, I truly believe that God's will is for them to be carnivore, very super strict carnivore. For others, I believe for them, they could do something like paleo, and that is God's will for them. So yet again, no one size fits all, because it is so individualized. When we try to take things into our own hands, sometimes we muck it up. Just plain and simple. It's exactly what I did. Everyone said, go carnivore, it's going to fix all your problems. And so I did. And several times I forced my body, and it didn't agree. It didn't go along with it. And it kind of put me in my place that I cannot make my body do something that I want it to. I cannot wish away any of the ailments that I have been diagnosed with. I have to actually work at those, and I have to follow a path and a plan that has been laid out for me. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't. And part of that could be I have not been seeking God first in everything that I do, including what I do in my diet. The next verse that I wanted to share with you was, some trust in chariots and some trust in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. Psalms 27. Who are we trusting in? We put an awful lot of emphasis on the people that we're reading their books and we are watching their YouTube videos. Who are you trusting in? Are you trusting in God alone? Are you relying on Him to direct your path? There's so much noise in the space lately that a lot of people are getting very confused, and I'm sorry, but I don't think that confusion is from the Lord. So I think at this point in time, we need to be very careful who we are trusting in, because we need to keep in mind these people are human and they are flawed. Even with the best intentions, they are still human, just like us, and they too can make mistakes. And finally, Joshua 1:9, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. How many of us have become afraid to stray outside of the box that we have created with our diet, with our activities? How many of us are afraid? Fear is not from the Lord. Now, that is not to say that as long as you have enough faith, you'll be fine. Just pray harder. Your depression will go away. I don't believe in that. I do believe that eating disorders are a real thing. Depression is a real thing. Rheumatoid arthritis is a real thing. Neurological disorders, you cannot hope and wish and pray them away. But God commands us not to be frightened. So with any new diagnosis, I would encourage you to finish it up with do not be frightened, because God is with us wherever we go. If we truly rely on Him, He is our best hope. And as long as we keep Him in the forefront, what happens in this life is but the blink of an eye. It's going to be over sooner than we know it. And when we get to heaven, we're going to have new bodies. It won't matter what we eat. There will be no more illness. There will be no more sadness. He will wipe away the tears from our eyes, and there will be no more death. And I used to tell myself that I can eat whatever I have to eat down here, because as soon as I get to heaven, I get to eat everything that He provides for me, because it will be perfect. And that is what actually sustained me for a long time when I couldn't have hardly anything. I can keep eating this way if I have to, because eventually, and for eternity, I will be able to eat what I want. That perspective certainly did help me in more ways than one. So whether it is weight loss or a hobby or prepping or simply just every day to day, God really is our best and our last hope. I hope that you are able to remember that and apply that. And if you don't know Him, I hope that you come to know Him. Sometimes He has a funny way of getting your attention. Could be through something as simple as a YouTube video. One final thought to keep in mind. God doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. None of us are good enough. None of us actually truly know what we're doing. On a deep down level, we all doubt ourselves. Some a lot more than others. So don't think that anyone that you see that's written a book, has a YouTube channel, stands up and gives amazing presentations at conferences. Don't for a minute think that we have it all put together, because we don't. And many, many people feel inadequate, myself included. I frequently do not feel that I am equipped to do what God has called me to do, which is simply share my story. There is a lot going on in my life right now. Some of it is very difficult. It's something that I will most likely never share, and it's been pretty tough. I have had to put my faith fully in God and my trust fully in God to follow His prompting, even when it takes me somewhere that is terrifying. Emily and I are doing a workshop that brings its own battles and problems that we have to get through before we even get to the workshop. Stress is always increased around these types of things, and this workshop is all about the power of prayer. So of course, the attacks around this one are going to be even more intense. That doesn't mean that I shy away from it. That means that I just have to make sure to put on the armor every time before I speak, before I step out, so that I am as well protected as God has provided me to be. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that. It's just a hopefully pretty quick video, and I wanted to get it up to you, even though it's late and kind of short, but that's been weighing on my heart. Keep in mind that He is our best and last hope. And after this, we all get to eat cake, and it won't hurt us. It'll be perfect. Thanks so much, guys, for checking in. Please give this a like and subscribe if you're new here, and then share this with anyone else who may need the reminder of who and what to put first. I love you guys, and I will see you on the way. But knowing what you should do, sometimes, nah, get rid of that part. Get rid of that part. No knowing what we're doing. Okay, get rid of that part. Hang on, let me think. Okay, focusing. There we go. And it doesn't really matter. Get rid of it, doesn't really matter. No. Cross fingers, or I could cross all my fingers, but then I look like I have claw hands. Looks like I'm flipping everybody off.